Tasting Room Conversations. I am excited to have this conversation with a friend of mine, Lee Speronis. We were just talking about the title, Director and Associate Professor for the School of Hospitality, Sports, and Tourism Management at Husson University.
Long title.
Yeah, long title. A lot to dig into there. A lot to dig into with your story of how you ended up in Bangor. Sure. I mean, Bangor is not hometown for you, and I always love to shine a light when we're talking with Ben Sprague a few weeks ago about a hometown kid that came back, and I love those stories, but I also am so interested in stories of people who have had a lot of life lived in other parts of the world, and when you found here, I've heard you say this before in speeches and things with one of the many different groups that you might be a part of, we'll get into that too, about how you just feel like Bangor's home.
Yeah.
Like you got here, and when it happened, it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. Bangor's home.
Yeah.
It might not be hometown,
right,
but it's home.
Yeah.
There's no question. It's the longest I've lived anywhere.
Wow.
And I don't know, just everything. So lucky.
Yeah.
And everybody I meet, everybody I work with, there's so much collaboration around here. People shine and are proud to help somebody else shine. It's not, there's not a lot of attitude issues here. It's just a good place.
Yeah, I'd agree. As a kid growing up here, we didn't quite have as much going. We were figuring ourselves out. We weren't quite as developed with things like waterfront concerts and things like that. The downtown revitalization has really brought life in. And as a kid, I think it's true of any kid growing up in any hometown, there's an amount of negative vision towards I'm stuck at home and all these sorts of things.
Well, times change. I mean, you're a mall kid, right? Your
that's where it was.
The mall always was here. My hometown, my grandparents' hometown. I'm an Air Force brat, so I've been everywhere. You name a spot in the Mediterranean or the Gulf of Mexico, we lived there. But the grandparents lived in Lowell and Brockton, so Masshole. So that's what I am.
I wasn't going to say it, but since you did.
I'm proud of it.
Why wouldn't
Bruins game tomorrow?
Yeah.
But there was always something about Maine, and every summer I spent in Maine from age 9 through about 18. Mm-hmm. And Kathy, who I didn't even dream about meeting, it was the luckiest moment of my life, but her family spent almost every summer in Maine too. Yeah. So we had that inside somewhere. And you talk about, things weren't always that way. Downtown was vibrant, we hang out. When I first came to Bangor, when I wasn't working at Bugaboo, which was all the time. Yeah. But when I had downtime, I didn't even know about you guys back then. Yeah. And I was a Captain Mix guy. Yeah. And George Bronis, obviously from church, meet him, and wonderful guy. So on the getting home, doing paperwork, you know how you don't like to bring work home. Right. So sit down, have a beer, and do your work, and take it easy. And kids were really little then. Yeah. And I know everybody out there get on me for saying this, but it's nice when they're babies, but they don't really do much. And
I'm in the phase right now. Mine are 12 and 10, and it's like my wife and I, Lindsay and I, look at each other when we have a weekend that's like a full day with nothing for a commitment. It's like, are we really gonna get a day together? So I get where you're coming from. Yeah. I mean, they're awesome, and they're.
You can put them. You come home, and when I became a regional, come home. You put them on your chest. It's 2 a.m. You can wake them up, put them on your chest. Yep. Don't want to wake Kath up. She's having a good night's sleep. They smell daddy. I smell them. I fall asleep, watch the Sports Center. It's 5 and hit the road again. Yeah. And it's all good, but then they got older, and it was you were like it's like 10. They're doing things, and you don't want to miss them.
You want to be involved.
So I was really lucky, Bangor.
So you came to Bangor, and was the Bugaboo Creek job what brought you
Yep, it
here?
was. I was building restaurants for Bennigan's.
Okay, yeah.
I was an area director in Long Island, and then they asked me to develop Pennsylvania, Scranton area, Wilkes-Barre. God, if anyone's from Scranton out there, God bless you. You're wonderful people, but never again. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Nice people,
Yeah.
but not my area of the world. So we built a gorgeous one in Wilkes-Barre right near the arena there, the First Union Arena. And then we built one in Clark Summit. And then Rare Hospitality came knocking, and they really were exciting company.
Yeah. Well, when Bugaboo came to Bangor, it was big excitement.
Well, I got here in 2003.
Yep.
And I didn't know when they hired me where I was going, if it was going to be Bangor or Portland.
Okay.
Or if I was going to be an immediate regional manager. And, I'd had it with the driving. When you're driving around Metro New York, you get tired of driving, because a 20-mile drive can be all day.
Yeah.
So we got up here, and they hired me, and they brought us to Watertown, and they spoiled Kathy to death. It was great. They flowered her and everything else, and they brought my parents in for dinner and the whole thing, and they got up there, and they put their pegs where they wanted to, and I got Bangor, and I was like, okay, I don't know anything about it, let me go up and meet my team.
Yeah.
And met them, and we were, at the time, it was me and Olive Garden. We were fighting for we were like both doing $4.5 million a year in Bangor, Maine, man. $90,000 a week in Bangor, Maine.
Yeah.
And we were hopping, and it was as good a product as anybody had. Same steaks as Capital Grill.
Yep.
Same exact family.
Yeah.
The moose juice was out of this world. And,
Yeah.
I learned how to fix the animals. And,
Nice. Impromptu mechanic. Yeah.
Well, it was costing almost 50 grand every time you sent somebody for Disney up here to fix something.
Yeah.
And it cost us 20 grand to go to Disney school to learn how to do the animatronics.
That's funny.
Yeah. And it was all hydraulics. And,
Wow.
Yeah, it was easy. I know, it's like the only thing I'm like, I built a keg. I can tap a keg.
That's awesome. So you spent time all over the world. You spent time in careers outside of hospitality.
That's actually my main line. I'm an attorney in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm still licensed since 1987.
Yeah.
Still have business clients. That's all I do is do the corporate books.
Yep.
But, and I got lucky enough, Husson, I get to teach hospitality, I get to teach law, and I get to teach leadership, so it's like the world's.
That's awesome. So you end up in hospitality, you really enjoy hospitality. You have been in hospitality before, you end up here with the hospitality.
Greek boy from Massachusetts?
Yeah, I mean, what else is there? And that's it, like, if you're a hospitality person, you're a hospitality person. I say that people often who don't really know me very well see me as this beer guy, and that's not inaccurate. I'm a beer guy, but for me the beer is way more about the relationships, and that's where the hospitality is. So hospitality grabbed your heart, and you were here. Let's talk about Husson a little bit, because again, growing up and seeing change in Bangor. I mean, seeing Bangor become this hub of local, this hub of, the cultural opportunities that are here, the waterfront concerts, the American Folk
Festival, definitely.
The Penobscot Theater. We've had people from Penobscot Theater come and talk. And you look at that, and you look at the greater things that are happening in Maine. I mean, we're becoming like properly a cultured place in a lot of ways, with a cool vibe. When I was growing up, Husson was a nice, dare I say, quaint business school, and it was its thing. It has, much like Bangor, developed into a fully proper university that is doing a lot of really cool things, and I think I've seen also in all of this, quietly, Bangor turn into a college town.
Yeah. It's, second luckiest thing that ever happened to me after Kathy, and then the kids because of Kathy.
Yeah.
But, connecting with Husson, I remember President Beardsley actually used to come in on Thursdays with President Kennedy from Maine. They used to eat together.
Yep.
And they were in a booth at Bugaboo, and they always joked about having me start a program at one of the schools.
Yeah.
And, when Bugaboo sold, when the Rare sold out to Darden, Bugaboo was going to be left out in the cold. And I was like, where's my future lie? I don't want to, do I have to prove myself again? And, what's going on? I want to control my life because I didn't have control. And I just came home one Saturday. I said, Kat, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I love it, but I have no control over our lives. And we love Bangor.
Yeah.
And we literally just turned around and said, okay, we're going to buy the house we're renting on Poplar Street, Little City.
Yeah.
And I told, President Beardsley, I'm game.
Yeah, let's figure this out.
President Kennedy was all excited. He wanted me too, but he's like, it's so hard to start something at Maine because it's a wonderful place. And I love it. And we have great relationships and all positive.
I mean, UMaine grad, I love UMaine, but the reality is also UMaine.
And EMCC too, we do things together, so.
UMaine has been, and I think as the land grant institution, as the flagship
thank God for
institution, it's got many layers and much history and tradition, and in that brings a lot of wonderful stuff, but also brings in a more difficult time to jump into something new.
Well, you can use the expression, they're an aircraft carrier, and we're like a battleship or something's quicker, or even a PT boat. We can turn.
Well, and at that point, definitely. At that point, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Husson has become more.
I started when I was still at college.
Yeah.
And we birthed the program.
Yeah.
And we went quickly from six students to about 80.
Wow.
And we're staying at about 70, 75, which is good. I would love more.
Yeah.
But that means the high schools in Maine need to start pushing people that way.
Right.
They don't understand that this industry is the #1 industry in the state. 1 out of every 6 employees, this is my campaign speech.
Yeah, no, do it, give it.
But 1 out of every 6 employees in this state is tied to this industry. And the high school counselors have got us, wake up in that senior elective. Every parent out there knows that the senior class electives, they do nothing in the spring term in high schools in Maine. It's remarkable. My 2 kids went through it. They went to Bangor schools from the start. God bless you, Betsy Webb, because they had a great education. And but my God, their spring senior terms, I could have had them pulling potatoes. They would have been more valuable.
I was an AP student, and those advanced placement classes, by the time you got to late April, May, you take the advanced placement test.
And then you're done.
Who cares after that?
The biggest benefit is then you get your course done for college.
I've got the college credits, and that's a testament to the schools in this area for sure. But you're right, there are those windows. And if you can find that window to plug that into, some.
Yes, they take a sport management class or hospitality management class, a tourism class, or I don't care if it's beer brewing class. It could be a specialized marketing class, something a little more with some teeth in it. Yeah, it's
interesting. And so the school of hospitality, I mean, the hospitality is a kind of a vast thing. I mean, you've got
everything from car rental agencies to casinos to.
What does that program look like? I mean, what if somebody is interested and go, I didn't know. What is the program?
Well, it's a business management program.
Yeah.
And it focuses on customer service. You name me the business. It could be a doctor's office, a senator's office. It could be McDonald's. It could be car rental agency. Let's just go down to an insurance agency. There's customer relations involved. So guess what? I'm preparing you for.
Right.
There's 40 hours of business management classes.
Okay.
Business law, economics, finance.
Yep.
3 accounting courses. You got in the full course. Then you got 40 hours of hospitality management courses. Cool. Specialized in destination management, food and beverage controls, the hotel ops. event planning. So you have 40 and 40, you have 80, and then you have the 40 of gen ed.
Yeah.
That everybody,
Yeah.
we have to learn how to speak English, we have to learn how
Sure
to
do, yep.
And so that's the program. So you have 80 business management
That's cool.
courses,
Yeah.
if you think about
Yeah,
it.
and we've had
You guys have been
couple of
wonderful.
your high-profile graduates. Obviously, Brandon and Lisa, who has moved on from her time with us, but
And then
they've
Donnie.
been, and Donnie, Bruin.
Shannon.
It's
and
great.
there've been a few others in between, and
Tons.
the internships. That's another reason Bangor's been so, absolutely wonderful. Providing students the opportunity to come in and do an internship, paid.
Yep.
Because, thank God the Department of Labor is good about that.
Yeah.
But they're paid and they work and they learn.
Yeah.
And they serve a purpose, but they also aren't just emptying waste baskets.
Right.
Right. They're
Well,
doing
and
something.
it can be mutually beneficial. I mean, we've worked with
Oh, I think it
with
is.
interns from your program that have been really positive for us in we're not going to bring an intern in to wait tables
Yeah.
necessarily, but they might wait tables as part of
Right.
their internship.
I hope they do.
But there's, this is somebody that's coming in with a skill set that, hey, we've got this project that we want to, we want to cross-reference a handful of spreadsheets from our point-of-sale system and really look at how we're menu engineering.
Sure.
And it's something we've been talking about, but we don't have time for it. And this is somebody
that's the
that
pitch I
can come
ask them
in
to
and
do. The pitch I say to them is go in, you guys have been great, Gene's been great.
Yeah.
Dewey
Yeah.
has been amazing. And I should go in and ask them what's in their inbox
Yeah.
that they haven't touched in 6 months.
Yeah.
And take that item, menu planning, curbside, delivery, what are we doing? And say, what haven't you touched in 6 months?
Right.
And give it to us. We'll do
Let me
40
get my
hours
hands
of
on
the
it.
work
Yeah.
and give it to you. And now you just have to edit.
Yeah.
And when you only have to do 1 or 2 hours,
Right.
as opposed to 40,
100%. Yeah.
because you don't have those 40
And
hours.
you can sit with the intern and say, hey, here's the thing. Here's some pitfalls that I'm seeing in the way you're going here, and get that real world education, because we all know, I mean, hospitality industries, like so many others, that there's a layer of classroom education that is very helpful and very important, but nothing beats the real deal involved in it.
And I think that's in general, but it's particularly important in hospitality. Luckily, I grew up in it. And that's the key. So if I'm teaching something I grew up in and I lived, I know how important it is to apply it immediately.
Yeah.
And that's where the internship comes in, that experiential learning aspect. I can tell you how to pour a beer, you need to pour a beer.
You need to pour a beer.
But you also need to know why.
And yeah, I mean, the hospitality industry, particularly in the state of Maine, I mean, we're vacation land for a reason.
Yeah, it's nice that we have that name. We live up to that name.
We do pretty well.
They pick on it a lot. Like I heard George and Rick this morning, they were always throwing the standard joke, oh yeah, come on in, tourists, and spend your money. But
Yeah.
you know what? I like the concept. It's fun. In the Keys, we have the same kind of thing when I lived down. That's where I met Kathy. And they would always have a bar like Locals Only, it was called. So you always have those places, down in Bar Harbor, Thirsty Whales, open all the time in the wintertime.
Yep.
So people support that because they keep their jobs in the wintertime.
Yeah.
They close one month and there's another bar that closes a different month, so they trade off the softest months. And that's what our industry is cool about.
Right.
You're brewing people. Oh my God, you guys all support each other.
Yeah.
It's competitive as heck.
Oh,
Anybody
and getting
who
more
thinks it
important.
isn't, you want to be number one, but you don't want the other person to fall off the map.
Right. Yeah, it's that mentality of I want to win, but I don't need to beat you.
Right.
I'm not here to beat you. I'm not here to be better than you. I'm here to be the best.
Yep.
And I'm here to be the best at who I want to be. Back to the customer is always right thing. I think one of the things that really was transformative for my dad and uncles was the realization of taking that the customer is always right thought process and realizing that, for us to be successful, we needed to be who we were. And that meant there were going to be some potential customers that didn't like who we were. And that was okay. And that was a real big realization that we're going to be who we are and we're going to do what we do. And for me, in, again, shining a light on hospitality, there's a place for a lot of different personalities. There's a place for a lot of different characters. You can express yourself in hospitality careers.
Well, and what you just said, it kind of ties into our community too. Bangor can be Bangor. We shouldn't try to dress up and be Boston. We shouldn't try to be Halifax or Portland for that matter.
Nope.
We are Bangor. I'm not going to break into song as my voice hurts, but it's a great community.
Yeah, it
and
really
you
is.
see people, help each other out. And if there's a skunk in the wood pile, we'll chase them away.
I don't know if I've ever heard it put that way, but I like that.
That's a John Simpsonism.
All right.
One of the guys said,
I like that.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I like that, but it's a wonderful community. There's a lot of people that go to their churches or their synagogues or their mosques or whatever else there. I don't want to leave anything out,
Yeah.
and at the same time, you can turn around and go to someone and enjoy somebody else's.
Yeah.
I grew up, every church I went to was 100% Greek, just about,
Yeah.
And I come to Bangor, and I've been president of the community forever. God bless, thank you. But it's an honor.
Yeah.
But we're only 1/3 Greek.
Yeah.
It's a third ethnic Orthodox from the Balkans:
Okay.
Russians, Serb, Albanian, Romanian,
Cool.
and Egyptians. We
Yep.
have, and then it's a third converts.
Yeah.
And our priest, in fact, is a German Irishman who converted to Orthodoxy. He's married to a Greek girl.
That's awesome.
So, and he's come in at your place, and I'm sure you have.
Yeah,
actually
I
have
met him.
problem.
Yeah,
He's
I met him.
wonderful
Yeah,
guy.
really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And Bangor's kind of like that. You've got a great ethnic mix, but some of those enclaves have kind of, the diaspora, they've kind of gone on.
It's really interesting that point you're making about Bangor is one that I don't think I've ever really fully thought about until now. So this is going to come out interestingly. We'll see. But with the rise of Husson University, with the growing business opportunities in Bangor, with definitely the growth in the hospital, and with the proximity to the University of Maine, we have definitely seen over the last few years a big change in our cultural demographics, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. But we're also small enough that the point you made of everywhere you had been, you went to an all Greek church, and here it's more mixed. We have those populations, but those populations are small and relatively integrated in, I would think. And I think that's a really cool thing that I hope, and this is just a realization for right now for me, that I'm kind of just chewing on a little bit. I hope that's something that we can continue to foster. That as we continue to grow in population, because we need to in a lot of ways, we need to continue, and there's no reason we wouldn't, that we continue to grow with more integration of the groups, more connected.
Well,
chasing skunks out of the woodpile.
Yeah. Well,
change. So shifting gears a little bit, you've mentioned a few things, and there are so many more. We could spend an hour talking about each one of them, but you are quite involved in the community, both statewide and in the Bangor market. A lot of committees, a lot of boards, a lot of volunteer work, a lot of time. Are there some you want to just highlight quick?
Sure. I would tell everybody, if you're young and you just got out of college, call up Fusion and get involved with Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Great opportunities there. I've seen so many young people there that just, Jackie Fish, for instance, blow the world away.
Yeah, she's a go-getter. She's doing some great
Now
things.
she's up in the chamber, you should,
Yeah.
and But my son just graduated Husson, and he's working in Bangor, so he's in a really nice program, and I told him to get involved,
Yeah.
and he's already called.
Yep,
So,
good. We work with Fusion on a few
Yeah.
projects every year.
But, find something.
Yeah,
I can direct you. I've been involved in the chamber and the CVB and my church and the folk festival
Yeah.
and a bunch of other things, and that's grown into some statewide things. I'm on, so the Maine Tourism Association and Hospitality Maine, and that's a blessing.
yep,
Because somebody, John Simpsons of the world, John Diamonds of the world, Arthur Comstocks, Arthur Bronis. When I came here, I was lucky enough that when they said, "You got to become part of the community."
yeah,
And I ran a restaurant that wasn't a family restaurant.
right,
And to have the old Greek boys come there every Wednesday, Zoidis, Bronis, and Jimmy Verdamas,
yeah,
every Wednesday
Yeah.
they would come for lunch. And for those guys that had the family-owned little places or
Yeah.
big places, Pilots Grill, a huge place.
yeah.
But for them to honor a chain was an honor to
Yeah.
me.
Well, and my dad will speak of those guys.
They're like gods.
They were doing stuff in Bangor before people were
Yeah.
doing things in Bangor, and yeah, it's true.
And it's that kind of camaraderie, and then you meet, and they introduce you to someone. And networking used to be a bad word. Networking is a great word, folks. If you can save 3 days by calling somebody you know to get the message out there, doesn't mean you're going to get anything necessarily for free, but you're going to get your opportunity.
Right.
Your industry is a perfect example of that. You guys will help each other all the time. I'm done with this piece of equipment. Yeah, you can have it at a discount rate.
Yeah.
To start your
Which
place.
is a win-win. It's a win-win. I move it out of my place,
Yeah,
you move
and
it to
it's
yours.
just collecting dust here, but
Yeah.
even more importantly, you're giving somebody an opportunity that might not have made it, and get involved. That's all I'll say. Find if it's the theater, get involved with the theater. Those guys that started Kabang, it didn't say so it fizzled out, but guess what? Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
You guys are 75.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
know,
see.
after- but even-
Forever's still a long way out.
Dennis.
Yeah.
And, they have the web companies and places like, Chimbo, all these companies, 100 years, some of these companies. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But, they change, everybody changes a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, and that networking in Bangor really is real,
And you can do it in Maine.
and
almost
loyalties are still real.
Oh, yeah.
and
It's that
so
Kevin Bacon
important.
thing, the 6 degrees of
Yeah.
summer. I think it's 2 in Maine.
Oh yeah, I think maybe even less. Yeah, for sure. No, it's awesome. So, I really want to thank you for your time. We could dig into any one of those things, and I think this conversation has shown that we've been doing a good job skating the surface relatively well.
Well, we left it open. We left it open so some specialized repeat visits.
Yes, yeah, please. I'd love to have you back. It's not like we don't once in a while get to do this sitting at the bar across the river anyway. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for being a member of the Bangor community, the Maine community, investing your time and efforts. Thank you for picking this area. It's great. I'm looking at a Maine that is vibrant and wonderful and doing so many great things, and in many, many ways going in so many great directions, but is in need of people with energy and excitement and vibrancy. And
When you're born here, it's wonderful.
yeah.
When you choose here, it's a little special too. So those people that love to say you'll never be a Mainer, you know what?
I want to put an end to that.
It's got to stop.
I want to put an end to that.
I love every part.
Yeah.
It's also, we don't want to chase the tourists away either.
No.
We want
No.
to do things right.
And they're...
And that whole line about the kittens in the oven, and I never understood that joke.
For me I will say with tourists, you know, there are seasons that I enjoy going to Bar Harbor and seasons I don't want to go.
So find another part of Maine.
But I go there when I like it, and I don't when I don't. And I'm so thrilled that it's
You know, we got that
packed full.
big, beautiful lake on the other end of Route 15.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
gorgeous in
Exactly.
August if the
Yeah,
road's too
and we've
busy
got-
going the other way.
We got little quiet hamlets in
No,
Lincoln,
Lincoln's
Maine
so
that we
pretty.
can hide. Oh, we were there. We were in the
Lincoln,
middle of
Lincoln
this
now that it
weekend.
doesn't smell bad, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's great. And so, thank you for picking this area, and thank you for being a driving force in encouraging others to get involved and be here.
Thank you for being a great partner, and
Oh,
thanks
of
for
course.
keeping
Hey,
the family business
no
going,
worries.
because
That's the plan.
that's generational. That's pretty awesome.
That's the plan. That's the plan. We'll see. I hope to leave at least some semblance of something that my kids could screw up if they want to.
I don't think Mara. I don't think Mara.
I don't think we're ready. I don't think I'm ready for her. I'm not ready for her. I was talking with Ben Lehman a couple of talks ago, and he works with Penobscot Theater with my lovely daughter, and man, she's a hot ticket. That's crazy. She's gonna do some things.
She talked me out of a bunch of money at Brandon.
She
and
did.
Marie's wedding.
She got you. She
I
got
don't know.
you.
I still don't know how.
I'll buy you that.
Okay.
Cheers.